It's about saying that has actually convinced me.
When Chris visits homes suspected of hauntings, he looks for any obvious signs of hoaxing or natural explanations to noises in the house.
These would be the stairs. When you were lying in bed, you actually heard footsteps coming up these stairs.
The heavy footsteps, yeah. Right. Some of them do squeak a little bit.
Once you've got the idea that your house is haunted, then virtually anything that happens, no matter how relatively mundane, is interpreted in terms of it's the ghost. I don't think that anybody that's looked into these kinds of issues seriously doubts that people have had weird experiences. Where the disagreement comes is how you interpret those experiences.
None of our experts have met or had any contact with the Outram family. Mia Dolan is a professional psychic with over 15 years' experience in the paranormal.
If it's all right for you, I'd like to be able to look around and judge for myself what's here, because I don't want your energies interfering with whatever's in the rooms, if that's okay with you.
Yeah,
because
fine.
people think they just have a haunting, but they come in many shapes and sizes.
Right.
So before we do anything, we better find out what we got.
In each room, Mia claims she is able to get an understanding on how best to deal with the situation.
This is really interesting. Definitely got the feeling of something coming up and down the corridor. It's like banging, maybe banging over on this door or banging on a wall. And it's mischievous. It's definitely an adult, it's not a child. We've got activity here, so that's quite interesting for me.
The family have all reported hearing footsteps and banging on numerous occasions in the hallway.
I get a feeling I want to go up, but I'm not sure yet why. So anything that's happening is not centred in this hallway, but I am drawn to the bedrooms. It looks like the cat wants...
Claim they've had to live with.
This room's unhappy, even though it's a children's room, it's unhappy. And I'm sure the children would have said something's woken them up, they're hearing noises. It's not a very nice room for a children's room. It's a good job we're here.
Each of the 4 children, plus Liz's niece Kirsty, have all slept in this room over the past 2 years. All except 3-year-old Christopher have reported being woken in the night.
I don't think anyone could stay here a week without getting depressed. And I do feel sorry for the... It's been going on for a long time.
Mia has correctly... Chris, Mia's arrival is a mixed blessing.
Well, it's getting to the stage where I don't think anybody believes us what's going on, to be honest, anybody that's been here. But I am worried that whatever is here could be stirred up and get worse. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
While Mia is making her way around the house, something odd occurs.
There's a noise up there.
An alarm has suddenly started to go off in the attic.
There's something going on up there.
As the crew investigate...
Stop. Stopped.
Oh, that's weird.
No one can explain why the alarm was suddenly activated or where it came from. And as Mia arrives in the attic, she senses a bad atmosphere in the room.
This is where it's coming from. This is the source of whatever's happening in this house. It's coming from here. And it doesn't feel nice. It's very rare to find anything evil on Earth, very rare. And I wouldn't say this is evil. Not yet, anyway.
He's discovered. Liz's reaction to the news is completely unexpected.
The actual problem is stemming from upstairs. That's where the centre of it is. But it is in every room. I do think you've got a haunting. I do think we can sort it out. But Liz, it's been affecting you, your nerves. You've been depressed. And there's something from your childhood that you're bringing through now. It was an old man who's now in spirit. Sorry. Then it'll be finished.
I didn't know she could pick it up that quick.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a bit of a shock, because nobody's mentioned him for a long time.
I know.
She said if you want to have a word to Veronica, you can.
I just honestly...
Talking about her dad, who died 10 years ago, and with whom she had a strange relationship. But Mia doesn't believe he's the ghost. She suspects it's something else preying on Liz's...
I go into their past and relive things. So they put them in the back of their memory and forget about them. but it still has a way of clinging on.
She's a fraud. Do you know what I mean?
As soon as she says she's picked up, I'm like...
I am so sorry to hit it on you like that. I didn't mean to.
I know.
I promise it's going to be a lot better. I promise. Once the house gets cleared, we will clear it. I will not leave this house until it's cleared. And when it's cleared, it's like a fresh slate. And there'll be no more things that you can't speak about. It'll be fine.
The house will now be taken over by the experts for the next 48 hours. The aim of the first night is to witness and record any ghostly activity with the help of independent paranormal investigator David V and his assistant Mark Webb. David runs an organisation which investigates reported haunted homes. David and Mark will set up audio-visual equipment in the exact locations where the Outrums say they've experienced the most paranormal phenomena in an attempt to capture it on film.
This is where we get a lot of the activity. I normally have all the lights on when we're here. The lights got to get...
Of one middle gauze, which is quite interesting, but that could be natural, could be electricity, power supply.
The equipment the investigators are using looks for disruptions in electromagnetic of spirit activity, but these readings could also be caused by faulty electrics or proximity to power lines.
I'll show you to my children's bedroom, but this area is one of the main parts that we get activity in. The lights will fuse and everything, you have footsteps. A lot of stuff happens on this part.
Well, we're certainly getting a reading. This is going absolutely bananas.
David is surprised by the sustained high readings he's picking up throughout the house.
That's pretty amazing.
And considering that every electrical light has been redone.
I'd like to see this meter really, really go up, which would show me some significant sort of paranormal phenomenon.
Wait till later on tonight and you will do.
Okay, well, I look forward to that.
Rather you than me. There's been quite a bit of activity in here. Nothing major, that anything's been flying or anything, but I'll come in and I'll go to bed and it's like somebody found out this afternoon it wasn't him doing it, I thought it was him doing it.
Right. Okay, and you weren't dreaming this at all?
No, I was sitting up wide awake. I was...
Very conscious?
Yeah, I was reading a book.
All right, well, I must admit, we're having some unusual readings, the likes of which I've never seen before in one continuous sweep. And it's possible that there could be some paranormal phenomenon going on in this house.
Mia thinks the attic is the centre.